Alright. I am fairly tired, admittedly, so I may be lacking some of my trademark spontaneity, but anyhow, there are things to draw. Are you Mary? You're Cindy. It seems kind of arbitrary which characters do and don't have names sometimes. Anyhow. I believe I already put some money in there recently, so I don't want to do that right now. Yeah. Only one piece of dialogue. What are you doing over here? Cool. You were at the beach earlier. Whatever. Now we just look for people, and we have a lot of places to look these days. That's what everyone is saying. No one's actually that excited. I guess anyone who would be excited would just be there already. I keep wanting to follow the path to get from one place to another in this place, but that just doesn't work. It's not connected. Which is very strange to me. I'm not really sure what the design mentality was here. What are you doing up here? Bark. Fantastic. But no one up here, right? Food. Yeah, well, lots of people are saying they don't want to go, but I haven't been there since we returned. I don't know if that would really work. How can you? I don't know how you keep a place a secret like that, but are there really that many people there? I know that Heather was there. Okay, cool. Like, if I interact with the rock, that's amusing. I can interact with the rock and he will tell me this. I did not anticipate that. I think that's the only time in the game I've seen something like that so far. Where I don't have to interact directly with someone to get them to say stuff. I actually have a lot of people here now. Jeez. How am I talking to Heather all the way from here? Apparently that's just a thing when you're near rocks. Or maybe you can just talk to people from a lot further away than I realized. Huh. Yeah, I didn't realize you could talk to people from that far away. Jeez. It's kind of weird. Oh, come on. Yeah, I can talk all the way from here. Okay, never mind. I thought I made a discovery. I did make a discovery, just not the thing I thought I discovered, I guess. Anyways. So it bugs me that every time I see the clock in this game, it bugs me that they don't keep the background for your clock in the top right corner in the top screen. Why do they do that? Why do they only use one of the parts that you drew? It's very strange to me. Anyways. More stuff. One day, we'll not have to stare at darkness anymore. Maybe. The Hidden Beach. It is marginally more difficult to get to, I guess. Hidden Beaches reminds me of Endless Ocean. That game had a few of those. They were nice. Go Vacation had at least one as well, now that I think about it. You had to swim around a big cliff to find one. Okay. So actually kind of disparate, these two statements. You can just go all no nonsense. I mean, beach isn't really supposed to be full of stuff necessarily. Whatever. Not so secret anymore. Alright. Man, I only just now realized that all this time I've been a total weirdo getting like right next to people to talk to them instead of at a respectable distance. Respectful, same thing. Eh. There we go. And she's trapped in a well? I haven't seen any Ghost or Post in a while. I'm still kind of bummed that wasn't an actual thing with like plot relevance. I was really curious what that was. I could have said that, but... I mean, it is what it naturally is. You can't add more natural stuff to it. It's not natural then. Well, this game has an odd affinity for apostrophes in places they don't need to be. Oh, goodbye. Sorry, hardware is escaping me. I don't know if you heard that. Okay, just serving your whims here. Okay. I mean, it's probably a good sign that things are going so well. We can just do stuff for fun, I guess. What's that on the right here? It's like a big mouth. Okay. I'm still having fun. Where are we going to go today? Santa Isle, I forgot that. So only one level we haven't 100%ed yet. At this rate, I might actually have to go back there and find what I missed. Because I want to be like just a little bit off from 100%ing the game. That would be silly. Although I don't think this game acknowledges you getting everything in the game or anything like that. It would just be for the sake of having done it. Give me a second. Something is weird about the volume on here. It feels louder than it usually is. Here. More sensible volume. I don't know if I could have walked beneath that guy. No, I don't think I can. Can I go above? I actually think I can't, even though visibly I'm not touching them. My hitbox still reaches them. It's really tough with how you really don't have spare ammunition here. I mean, to imagine, I could have actually gone through here without ever having drawn blue. Oh, come on. Again, I still need to come out and explore over here because they're gonna put secrets over here. In some cases, stuff that's actually completely non-optional to pick up, too. So, in the end, I have to come out and attack those fish anyhow. I'm only given about as much ammunition as I need. Unlike prior levels where I really could just get away with using it almost whenever I wanted. The gun, that is. can actually be pretty annoying fighting enemies in here. Okay, that's all I got in this whole place. It can be pretty annoying fighting enemies in these indoor sections because you oftentimes can't jump on them. Of course, if you have a slide attack or something, then I guess that does help. A box. Okay. I only have one choice for this, right? Give me a second, I'll pull something up. Actually, I can probably just do it. I can just probably search for the thing right now. And this is exactly a thing from a game that I have played plenty of, so... See if I can get a good picture of it. That's not a good in-game picture. That's a different Tiki that I had in mind, but it is a good picture of it. Oh. Opening in the wrong place. Come on. Okay, I thought it would be easier to get a picture of this darn thing. There we go. I think that's probably all I need, that picture there. And also someone has made stickers of these, because why not? Okay, so I think that's gonna be it then. Now let's see how well I can imitate this thing. Alright, so how many shades of brown do I have? I think I might have enough. A couple shades of brown and gray. I'm gonna have any browns in the bright palette, no. Okay, so let's figure out our palette first. I would like to have shading too, but that might be a little tough here. I got this color. Got a lighter one. Can use that in one or two places. For a highlight, for a lighter color, I have this even. Yeah, okay. So I have 3 shades of brown there. That's good. And then we have the eternal issue of needing some gray here, which I do not have many options for. So I have this gray. I prefer something a little darker. But, I'd really like to have 2 shades of gray here at least. Even just 2. Just 2 would be great. I think I can make this work though. Okay. So first, one second. Need to get this visible in the correct place. There we go. Alright. So then, very first thing, I'm gonna need to get a good outline going. I may use some colored outlines on this one instead of just black and white. Kind of like that, maybe. I don't want to... This isn't something I want to spend more than one episode on, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure I'm going to spend a while on this one. Because this is one of those where it kind of merits... I mean, it's such a perfect thing that I kind of have to put some time into it. Okay. And then let's go down for a little bit. Probably down about to the halfway mark, actually. If anything, I probably made the top not big enough. Better to fix that sooner than later, so... You got some pretty satisfying sound design for that, I feel like. Lots of other sounds are annoying. Like that one I'm not fond of, but I'll acknowledge some good sound design when I see it at least. Okay. Let me just go in just a little bit too. Yeah, I feel like that works. I don't need this horizontal line here, I'm just using it as a guide. That's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? No. All the way down to here. Okay. Oh, not one extra there. Okay. Then some horizontal here. I do wish this was a bit darker, but I don't think... Yeah, I don't really have a good darker brown. We'll have to see how this goes precisely. This I might just mix straight, honestly. I'm tempted to move these out by one horizontally. I wish it wasn't perfectly straight, but the angle I'd want on it is so small that there's just no way to accomplish it, so... okay. And while I'm at it, I might fill this in. Well, not fill it in, per se, but, I might acknowledge... there is something to be filled in on the inside. Kind of like that. I like that. Up by 2. Wish I could just like cut and paste or something for symmetrical stuff like this, but oh well. There you go. Alright, and now the bottom half. This one should go a bit more inside. I think that works. Well, actually, that's just a bit too thin. Let's do it like that. I'm liking how the shape's turning out so far, truth be told. I'm having the usual palette concerns, but and I feel like from the very beginning, if you know what this thing is, you probably, or if you know what this thing is to begin with, then you probably could have guessed what I was going to draw in the first place, but let me use that. It's 5. So there might not be much point in me doing my usual thing where I act as if someone's not going to know what this is beforehand. Or where I kind of like imagine that people are going to be guessing while I'm trying to draw as I draw it until I reveal what it actually is. Okay, this one you cannot draw anything on the outline. I never really noticed that there were patterns on the tops and bottom of this thing, the ones that I'm drawing in black, but fortunately I just don't have enough shades to really make use of that. Oh well. And finish up the outline. Cool. Alright, I got most of this done here. Outline-wise. Getting the right texture on this might be difficult too, because that would kind of take having the right shades, but we'll see if we can make it work. But I do also need so kind of like this here. Not sure if I should have. Kind of have to decide how to interpret this part here. Well, I know how to interpret it, but how to translate this to 2 dimensions. I think that works. Okay, and yeah, let's have it up here. And the bottom one. And do need the middle. Okay. So, trying to think of how we want to approach the next part of this. Because I do need... So these will be the teeth of the thing. I think this works okay. It's not symmetrical there. Oh, it's because I... There we go. And I do have a lighter color to put in here, thankfully. Some nice off-white teeth. They're a bit more white in the original, but in fact, the browns we're using are a good deal lighter than the original in general. But it is what it is. Kind of tempted. 1 second. I like the idea of the nose. That's what this thing here is, sticking out a little bit more above the eyes. So it is supposed to be jutting out a little bit. I like that more. Okay, and you, actually before that. Ah! Not correct. Kind of like that. I do like that. Hmm. Are these not actually the same width? Two. What's going on here? I feel like these aren't the same width. What happened? Maybe this thing's just off-center? I mean, it's not like it's not that big of a deal. It's not actually totally symmetric, but it's just not obvious to me where I went wrong here. It's kind of hard to, hold on. There you go, you count the grid lines. That would help a good deal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is 6. You must see this thing in total is less wide. Yes, it must just not be perfectly centered. Oh well. It doesn't have to be flawless centering anyway, so I'm not actually that bothered. If anything, these pupils look too perfect. Because they're kind of perfectly circular, so to speak. Okay, and I do want to have a little highlight on these. There you go. Adds a lot, just that little bit of light. I like it. Man, things are notifying me like crazy today. Calm down, world. I'm drawing. So clearly this is supposed to be wooden. I don't think I'm going to have much wooden texture to work with, unfortunately. Also, I think I should use the darker color here. I think that works better. I also could have used black for the outlines like usual and then used the darker brown for texture. I don't know. Need more colors. But it is what it is. Just make it look like it's slightly widening as it goes upwards. This is almost everything I would want except for, you know, having more texture to the whole thing. The eyes really do look like this. I never really noticed that. It looks more wooden in the original than like kind of bloodshot like it ends up looking here. But that is kind of funny. It's fun drawing something and just actually taking in the details you never noticed before. Okay, is there much else you would want or even be able to add here? Just don't have enough colors for this. I have no idea if this is gonna turn out to be symmetric. It did not at all. I was going in on that totally blind. That kind of works. And then a little bit more detailed, the same thing up here. I might freehand this a little bit. Oh, it's actually the wrong side. Yeah, it's just too strong. It really is. That black is too harsh. Yeah, maybe I'll just leave it that way then. So you can at least see there's a design implied there, even though the different parts of it aren't differently colored. Hold on, I colored the wrong side of this thing, or I lit the wrong side of this thing. I usually have my light source in the top right, but I was using a reference here that had in the... You know, I do everything in the top right, it's just mirror the eye. Yeah, mirror the eyes. To make it more consistent. There we go. Okay, oh, and if that really looks right. I feel like it doesn't. Okay, just some finishing touches, just to have some vague semblance of light on this thing or something. Even though I have very little to work with. Would be a bad idea to have... I think this works. I think this ends up looking like kind of like a shadow like I mean for it to. Yeah, that does work. I like that. I don't know if I'd want to have like this here as like a darker color. A little bit. It kind of works. Nope, not there. It always feels silly spending so much time on these and then going for yet more detail afterwards, but those last few bits always just make such a big difference. It just... it feels worthwhile. Yeah, I think it's worth something. The meager attempts at some kind of shading here. I don't really have enough pixels to like add like shading between the teeth or anything. I don't really have what I need. Could I get away with adding like woody texture on here? I don't think I can, like this one. Maybe. That one doesn't look good. But again, I'm using one color for too many things here, it feels like, so... Some of it is like the wood, some of it is the lighting. Truth be told, I think it looks pretty okay though. Clean this up just a tad. Yeah, I don't think it's too bad. Yeah, I'll take it. Not precisely the colors I would have wanted, still bugged by the lack of gray, but all things considered, I think this is pretty okay. So this is a SpongeBob Balcony Bottom Tiki, of course. How long did I take on that thing? Only over a half an hour. Shoot, we might do like 4 episodes this week or something, we'll see. Anyways, we'll see this in action next time. Bye everyone.